I got here, and it's time to talk about the worst endings in anime, or conclusions, finale, and can that ruin a series, and which ones I consider the worst overall and that annoyed me. This is gonna be a lot of ranting, even more than the overrated anime video series, if you guys wanna check that one out. This is gonna hurt, but it's also gonna be cathartic letting this one out, and I'm curious if people hate these endings as much as me. But yeah, let's get into it and see the worst endings in anime. This is your spoiler warning. There are going to be massive spoilers here about the endings of specific series, events, big moments that are gonna be spoiled here, and ranting. So this is your spoiler warning. You have been warned. Now we're gonna start with the series that I actually love a lot, but it did the common mistake of going anime original and shitting the bed, and this one being Toriko. And it's one of the series I wish would have the Brotherhood treatment and getting a full adaptation and following the manga, because the manga and the arcs after are so cool, and the power system in Toriko is so good. And I still recommend people watching the series, but with the caveat that it takes some liberties, and even creating a new anime original character for whatever reason they decided that the reporter, but then the ending is shit. It goes anime original, and also there's a controversy with the author. I'm not gonna get into that. If you guys want to check that out, separate art from author. If you're able to do that, that's up to you. But I absolutely love Toriko, the world, the characters, making cooking interesting and fighting around cooking and the ingredients. But goddamn that ending, why? Why did you have to go anime original and shit the bed, and ignoring most of the cool things when we were getting towards the end there, and some of the bad things and the build up, and then everything goes to shit down the drain because they decided to go anime original. Unfortunate, but Toriko starts off this list here, and it's gonna get worse and worse the more we progress. But yeah, Toriko ending bad. Then we come to a less known series, Fena the Pirate Princess, which I actually liked this one, especially the first 7-ish episodes, if I remember correctly. Fun, interesting premise with this princess that wanted more from life, get rid of the shackles of the pressure with that man, making her own choice, defying fate, having free will. But then the ending just shits the bed with everything of that, saying that everything was predetermined, turns into random bullshit, space shit. Somebody predetermined her entire life, she ends with no memories, becomes a new person and forgets everything about her that made her cool, existential crisis. Then god damn, why did we go there? And it was so cool. They had the recipe for result. Keep it simple. It didn't need to be more complicated than pirate princesses, cool things happening, getting a group of people together and having a fun adventure. But no, we had to go existential and bullshit and philosophy and ruining everything that we built up. Fena the shit princess, let's go, and nothing matters, you don't have any free will. Then this one is probably the most obvious one. I think a lot of people are gonna expect this one to be here, Promise Neverland, Season 2. Now, Season 2 is an abomination. It sucks ass. The entire season, the adaptation, what they did to it. And don't get me wrong, Promised Neverland is not the best story ever in the world, but what happened with Season 2 and skipping arcs and then ending the finale with a PowerPoint presentation, let alone the anime original things, why even make Season 2 at that point? Just pretend Season 2 doesn't exist and say it never happened. But I'm curious what happened through the minds of the people involved with this anime. Why make it? Why? If you're gonna do something just don't do it. Please, why the fuck did you create this? I would love to be a fly on the wall when that meeting happened. I don't know who's to blame. Maybe you guys know more information came from the staff and this one. I didn't want to go the rabbit hole and find out everything about this one. I'm just talking about what we got. It's absolute horse shit that happened with Promise Neverland season 2. And I need a Men in Black memory wipe to forget this shit ever existed. Now, similar to Promised Neverland Season 2 have Al Noah Zero. First season, quite interesting. Political intrigue, space battles, mechs, robots, similar to Gundam a bit. But then season 2 is like, wait, no, suddenly he's God. His eye can see anything, can do anything. This worked, and the ending with how the characters ended up, like, what the fuck am I watching? What's happening here? Why did you do this? Why did you have to have that eye there? What's the point of this one? Like, this is an older series, and maybe some people are gonna know about, and I've seen recently, now it came back into my mind, maybe even the inspiration for this video. It's getting an OVA, and like, why? Just go back and redo season 2. Like, Promised Neverland was absolutely atrocious with season 2, but this one, it just came out of left field, and oh no, he loses his eye and then gets this godlike god eye that can solve any problem and anything, and he becomes absolute Terminator. Nobody can stand against him suddenly. There's no more stakes, there's nothing that matters. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy power fantasies, I enjoy OP main characters, but you have to start from that, and folks say we're gonna do that. Don't give me intrigue, mech battles, actual technical battles, and then no, suddenly, right now he became an isekai protagonist. Fuck you, Al Noah Zero. Really fuck you. Cool premise, shit execution, and especially conclusion. Now, Darling in the Franxx. I'm sure a lot of people expected this one to be here, like the first 16-ish episodes were cool. Of course, it's not the best story ever told. We have Zero 2 when she was the wife of everybody here, but then the ending and the space battles, just it went into Narnia, then became Star Wars, and then turned back into Lord of the Rings, and now we're Star Wars again. And after this, they reincarnated, and what? What the fuck is happening here with Darling in the Franxx? Like, especially those episodes, like towards the end, like, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? Why? And I know people are over Darling in the Franxx, but I still am disappointed, and I'm like, why? Why? That's all I can say with Darling in the Franxx. Death Note. Death Note is great. Great starter anime also. Fun series, fun characters, fun premise with the Death Note, writing somebody's name, knowing their face, and they die. The battle between Light and L is legendary. Probably started my addiction with this Battle of the Minds type of things when I first watched it. The dub is also good. But goddamn, the second half sucks. After L dies, the series goes to shit. The ending is bad. And it's not about Light having to win. It's not about me wanting Light to win, but Nier sucks ass. He suddenly is better than L, while L did all of the work. Just comes out of nowhere. This problem works. Characters become not stupid. Stupid would be an improvement. They become morons with the choices, everything they do, what happens after that. I'm like, what happened here? One of the reasons I can never rewatch Death Note. As much as I like the first half here, the second half kind of ruins a bit the series for me. Not completely, because it's still a fun series. We're getting there where series are ruined completely, but Death Note is not one. It's just the second half sucks ass. Come to a series that it's fun, it's ecchi, it's full of fan service, makes cooking fun here. Not as fun as Toriko, but this one is still fun. Horny, very, very horny. But then the last season happened. All of the build up, the character development, the payoff that we're supposed to get, and like, why this need to happen? The cooking mafia, the underworld mafia arc, they're just, everything sucked. Them cooking with chainsaws, just ass pull out of nowhere, just, why does this exist? And no payoff for the characters, the romance, the plot points, everything that happened, the duel with the father that has been built up from the beginning of the series, everything else in between there. Like, I just got angry when I was watching that season. Like, this is not the best series ever, period. Like, it's a fun series, but even then I got angry. I expected a bit more from this. Like, it was so simple to have a good conclusion. I heard that the author was rushed, he wanted to end it before. I don't know what happened behind the scenes, but goddamn, this one left a sour taste in my mouth, and I'm disappointed. Like, Food Wars, if you're gonna watch it, or Shokugeki no Soma, just ignore the final season. And kind of similar with this one, I recently, like a few months ago, I finally watched Initial D. All of the seasons, everything there, fully completed. I like the series, fun. Insert your Eurobeat here. Osukt. I like Need for Speed. I played racing games. It was there for me. You can feel the influence. A lot of games were influenced by Initial D, especially Need for Speed Carbon. There. God damn, I hate the final stage. Like, holy fuck, the final stage kind of ruins the series for me. Shinji sucks so much as the final villain. His personality is ass, the way he drives his ass, but especially his personality, and him being the final villain in Project D, or the final opponent, however you wanna call him, was so obnoxious, so annoying, so irritating. I just give somebody else that feels like a main file, and I don't care the connection that he's kind of the same as our main character. He was so annoying, I couldn't care less. His main reason to race was to get some pussy from the girl, and like, reminded me of Buchigiri, and I hate that guy from Buchigiri, the main character, but man, final stage sucks from Initial D. And I don't care what the fan says, I'm gonna stand by this one. Final stage is the worst season and ending from Initial D, and unfortunate, because the series is actually quite fun, especially if you like racing and if you like cars, but goddamn, final shit stage. Then we come at Soul Eater, which I think this is probably universally disliked ending. I absolutely hate the ending, and it's one of the series that deserves the Brotherhood treatment. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for power friendship. Fairy Tail is one of my all-time favorite series. Even that ending, I'm a bit disappointed what happened with Agnologia, but I can still tolerate some things. But I hated the ending in Soul Eater, because the entire thing was about working together, the premise there, the combo with the souls, the weapons, and also it's anime origin, like they didn't follow the manga. But the ending being a courage punch, defeating the worst villain they had, worst as in him being evil in the history of that world, with a courage punch, and like, kill me now. Why? Even if you went anime originally, you couldn't find a better way than a courage punch to defeat the main villain being built up in the entire series? Like, anything else, literally, throw a chocolate bar at him would have been better. Maybe he would have been more surprised than even me. Like, what the fuck, that chocolate bar? But still, courage punch. Now we come at my most hated ending in anime that absolutely ruined the series for me. Naruto, especially Naruto Shippuden and Kaguya. Kaguya existing and the way Madara was handled. Like, this absolutely ruins everything for me in Naruto. Despite all of the other issues, and there's a multitude, pacing, I talked a bit more about it in my other videos there. And here, I hate the ending. The entire series being built up, Madara being the overarching main villain, the role, the influence he had on the characters, on the conflicts, his confrontation with Hashirama, everything, the themes, the Uchihas, just everything pointing and leading up to him being the final villain, and all of that happening there. And then for him to be killed by Black Zetsu, that fucking plant, and then, oh, there's somebody bigger, we have aliens now, aliens. And I don't care, there's a bit of building up to Kaguya, doesn't matter, still sucks. Absolutely sucks. Kaguya is the worst thing that happened to Naruto, and ruining the entire thing for me, because now the powers, it's all just tied to aliens. Because sure, from ninjas and samurais, what do we need? Aliens. Because why not? And then having Boruto being the thing, and I don't want to go down the Boruto rant, because treating the way the characters were treated, they're all just to shield Boruto and Okutsuki. And yes, I have read some Boruto, I'm not caught up, I still don't like Boruto, but here we're about Naruto, and Kaguya annoys me so much. Like, Naruto is so good. The emotions, the characters, the fights, the theme, especially the pain arc, and I even like the war arc. And a lot of people don't like the war arc. I have a lot of things that I like about the war arc here, even after the pain arc, what happened. Of course, there are issues, but I could get past a lot of the things leading up to that moment. But when that moment happens, like, fuck you, why does this exist? It ruined the series, the universe, everything for me from these absolutely amazing stories and characters. I just can't get over this shit Kaguya existing, and probably would never be able to. I would rather watch a worse series than have an ending like this. Naruto is my worst ending in anime. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The worst endings in anime. I'm curious if you guys agree. Let me know in the comments below. Give me some new series that you hate the endings, and I'm curious if you think about this question, if it's yes or no. Can an ending ruin the series? For me, the answer is yes, and I think I've said why, especially with Naruto. But if you think no, let me know in the comments below. And of course, it depends. There's a bit of spectrum to this, depending how bad that ending is, because you can get a meh ending, sort of bad ending, and an ending you absolutely hate. And that's kind of how I had my list here also, be it starting with Toriko and then ending up with something like Naruto. So as always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot, and you guys get the latest videos with anime. And I'll see you again on the next one. Bye bye.